morning, everyone. I hope you're good and you're ready for yoga this morning. I think today we're going to start on the floor. So I'll give you just a minute in case you need to check the position of your laptop. And I'll turn off display on my phone. There we go. Sorry about that. So starting lying on our backs. I will try and explain everything so that you don't have to look up so much, but have space to extend your arms over your head and potentially out to the side as well. And here comes the cat. And also, just before you start, I'm going to text you guys. I've had some problem with YouTube again last week with YouTube thinking I'm infringing copyright somehow. And the video has been deleted as I was recording it for the Ashtanga session. And the other thing is I've used Zoom. I'm taking classes with an American teacher and it's working really well. They can see me, I can see the other students, but at the same time, it's not really disrupting. And I've had Zoom calls with my dad and my family and friends, and everybody managed to install it and use it. It's quite easy to use. I'm thinking, as you know, we're coming into 7 weeks of doing yoga online, and I really feel lonely out here on my own with only the cat to look at. And I'm not sure I'm doing the right things by you guys. So I'll send you a link and we can try it. And there might be, there's an option of recording the class. So if you can't make the class time, then you can watch the recording later. And obviously I won't see you in the later recording. But it would be nice to see you. So I'll text you details and we can have a try out. And if you feel really strongly against it, do let me know. But I'm hoping that, this way we can see each other. I think it might even be nice for you guys to see each other. I really enjoyed it. I was taking a couple of classes weekly now with David Garrigas online. And there's a bunch of other people taking that class, and I see them in little windows. I don't know them, but they're going through the same poses, they're going through the same challenges. It's a nice thing to do. So anyway, I will talk to you about that and you can text me later. For now, let's lie down on our backs and let's just take Shavasana to start. So legs apart, don't worry about putting, we're not going to stay here for ages. Let your arms come apart. Try to see if the cat cannot sit on your head. And just take a moment to breathe. So without engaging anything and noticing how easier it is to not do anything when you're lying on your back as opposed to standing on your feet. And noticing the alignment in your body. So if you try and feel the center of your hips, the point below the navel at the center of your mid-body. Center of your chest. And the center of your head. And just without doing anything, just relaxing around those points and noticing where they are in relation to each other. I mean, between earth and sky and between, in the other plane, so between the feet and the head alignment. And as you're not holding anything in your tummy, in your chest, notice where your breath moves, how far into your belly does it go. How far into your chest, into your collarbones? Can you notice it in the back of your body? And is there parts of you that are tired this morning? Is there parts that need more attention? Is there parts that are a little fidgety? Whatever it is that you're feeling, just notice it. And slowly bring some movement into your fingers, into your toes. Maybe rolling the ankles and wrists. Let's bring the interlocking the fingers and turning the palms out if that's comfortable, or just keeping your hands and your arms wherever you like them above your head. Now I take a deep inhale and we're really going to stretch. And as we exhale, we're going to relax the stretch and take hold of the right wrist with the left hand and place the left ankle over the right foot. And we're going to move the hands, the hips where they are. We're going to inhale, really lengthen into the left side of the body. So we're making a crescent moon shape with our body. I can breathe here a few breaths. And noticing about that earth to sky alignment. Is your spine gone really arching somewhere? Maybe can you relax it? Just breathing, lengthening, opening the left rib, left shoulder, the left hips, everything in your body. Drawing away with the right hand so that your whole left arms is lengthening. Take a next inhale where you are. On an exhale, come back to center. And the feet, maybe taking another lengthening stretch. Exhaling, changing the cross of the feet, changing the hold of the hand, moving the hands and the feet to the outside edge of the mat on the left side. And inhaling, stretching the right side of the body. Let your head turn to the left. And close your eyes. Really feel that crescent shape. That's where you feel it. In what places you can relax. Maybe you can relax the right shoulder, or maybe you can relax the lower back down. Maybe something around your legs. Everybody's going to be different. Notice what you feel. Take a last inhale here. Exhale, come back to center, uncross the legs, stretch. And then on the exhale, bring your knees to your chest and your hands to your knees. And just gently breathe here so you can roll from side to side. Try to let your spine settle on the ground and your hip relax. Neck also relax. So just holding the pose for a few breaths, noticing what happens, what you feel where when you're holding it here. And then on an inhale, we're going to stretch the legs and the hands up towards the ceiling and softening the knees and the elbows, making some circles. Deep breath all the way into the belly, changing direction of the circles. And let's bring the hands down by your side and keeping the feet towards the ceiling. Let's inhale and stretch the right leg down towards the ground. And exhale, bring it back. Inhale the left leg down towards the ground. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale right. Exhale back. So you're breathing deeply and you're imagining your legs are the meaty as you inhale the foot to the floor. The breath is full. Keep moving with your own breath. Inhaling, put the foot down. Exhaling the foot up. Now the next time you're going to have your right foot up and your left foot down. You're going to stay here. You're going to inhale, stretch both legs away from the hips. So right foot up and left foot down towards the floor. And inhaling, reaching the hands over your head. Exhaling, tucking your chin to your chest. And coming up to reach that right leg. Now you're going to breathe here, trying to get the chest close to the leg. Extending to the left leg. Noticing the alignment of your body. Use the muscle of your core rather than the muscle of your neck. Let your head be quite relaxed. If you want to look up at your foot, sometimes it helps, but look up with your eyes and keep the back of your neck long. Higher. And as we exhale, I'm going to slowly let the body come down and bend the right knee 90 degrees. Take an inhale in the center, left hand out to the side. Breathe here. So the leg might not touch the floor, or it might, or you might not be 90 degrees, you might be closer to the right leg. Take a deep breath and exhale, bring the knee back to center. You're opening the leg and exhaling to center. And as you're moving, if it feels too easy, you can stretch the leg to be a little more upright or a little more straight. And keep both hands on your hips if that helps. I'm really trying to keep the lower spine onto the ground, maybe looking left as you open your legs to the right. Inhale, open. As you open, at the end of the open, you keep reaching with the feet or the right knee and the left foot in opposite direction. Exhale, contract your core. Center, bend the right knee, keep the knee towards the ceiling. And now we're going to open the right hand out to the side, left hand onto the knee. Inhale to center and exhale. Let the left knee cross the body and the side. And inhale, come back. And just turning with the right knee. Only go as far as comfortable. If it doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. If it's too much on the right hand, you keep the right hand onto the side of the ribs or just by the side of the body. Inhale to center. Exhale the leg across. Maybe the knee goes all the way down to the floor, maybe not, maybe it stays suspended. And you just feel that kind of rotation of the midsection of your body. Do one last one, and if it's comfortable, you can stay here into that twist. If it's not, just come wherever you are. Take deep, long breath. Notice the points, the center of your head, neck, chest. mid-body and hips, and just noticing the alignment between them. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring both knees to your chest. Stay here for a couple of breaths, relaxing, so holding under, over the knees, whatever feels good. Or if none of it feels good, just let your feet come back to the floor and rest with your feet on your back. Let it be long. On the next inhale, stretching, and exhale, stretch the right foot along the floor. Inhale, lengthen to the 3 points. Exhale, take your chin to your chest and raise your upper body towards your left leg, taking hold of the left leg. Breathing here, keeping the right leg reaching for the leg with the front of your chest. Breathing deep, wherever they are comfortable and your shoulders aren't reaching too far. And there's a couple of breaths here, really feeling the back of the left leg lengthening as you're using a little bit the weight of your body to stretch that leg. As you're inhaling your leg, you soften the core, softening the back of the leg, and feel the deeper stretch on the hamstring. And on an inhale, coming back to center. So make sure you've got space on your left side, and you can keeping the leg over you. Keep the right hand holding onto the right hip, keeping that right hip. Open the left thigh out to the side. Exhale, bring it back to the center. So moving with your breath. Again, using that idea that your leg is the needle of a meter that's measuring your breath. So as it's all the way out to the side, the breath is full, it pauses and exhale. The needle comes back all the way up, means the breath is empty. And as you're moving and softening, you can slowly try and extend the leg and keep the movement with the leg straight. Maybe turning your head in opposite direction. So as you're exhaling the one more. And next time your leg and head is back to the center, let's bend that leg again. And we're going to inhale in the center, exhale, cross the thigh, come into a twist. Inhale, onto your back. Exhale, left leg crosses over. Keep moving with your breath. And for the next one, if it's comfortable, stay there. If it's not, come back to center. Breathe wherever you are. Use a deeper breath to deepen the feelings in your body. And on an inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring both knees to your. And let's drop your feet onto the ground. And maybe if you need to look, just come up onto your forearms and look now so that you can take the pose later. So we're going to take eagle pose lying down. So eagle pose, I'm going to raise my right leg and I'm going to cross my left leg as far up my thigh as I can. And I'm going to shins on my lower legs together. I'm not going to hook my feet because I find that when we do this lying down, it puts a lot of pressure into the knee. So instead, I'm going to really press my left ankle into the outer right lower leg. And I try and keep my knees right over my hips. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my arms. So I'm going to cross and my right leg is under, so I'm going to put my left arm under. So I've got right leg, left leg, left arm, right arm, crossing them as high towards the shoulders as I can, and then bending the elbows and holding onto the hands. I can flex the feet or point the feet, that doesn't really matter. I'm keeping everything engaged. And I'm going to breathe here. Keeping the lower legs, the outer lower legs reaching for each other, the knees reaching high up towards the ceiling as the feet stay at the same height. Elbows resting over the shoulders, hands stay at the same height as the elbows. And as I'm breathing, I'm really extending the crown of my head away from the tailbone. As I'm exhaling, I'm trying to soften and relax into that pose, which is quite a strong core workout. And maybe as the exhale, I can also drop the arms back towards the shoulder socket, so feeling that nice shoulder stretch. Making sure I can turn my head from side to side and that my neck is free and loose. And stay here for another couple of breaths. And on an exhale, let's relax. Drop the feet onto the floor. Inhale the hands over the head. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, lift the tailbone, and then inhale, reach your hips up. So staying into that bridge pose for a few breaths. Hands over your head this time. Stretching the front of your body. Try and lengthen your neck as well as the front of the body. So you're pressing strongly into the feet and into the shoulders, not in the head. And exhale. Slowly relax. And let's do the other side. So this time, I'm going to take my left leg under and my right leg over. Arm under and my left arm over. So I have, everything is twisted. It's so hard when on the brain, but it's good though. So left leg and then right leg crossing as high as we can, outer lower legs squeezing together. And then right arm under left arm, shoulders over or elbows over shoulders, knees over hips, breathing deeply. Another couple of breaths. And on an exhale, relax. Undo the twists, undo the folds. Bring your feet behind your hips. Hands by the hips this time. Exhale, draw your spine down. Lift your tailbone. Inhale, lift the hips. And let's interlock the fingers underneath your hips and walk your shoulders underneath you. Reaching up with the tailbone. So strongly press into the feet, press into the upper arms. Lengthen the lower back. So tailbone goes towards your knees. Arms goes towards the floor. One more breath here. If you feel pressure in your neck in those poses, in general, if you feel something that's not comfortable, then come out of it. If you feel good, see if you can expand more with every in-breath. And relax with the out-breath. Moving towards the sky with the in-breath. Melting into the ground with the out-breath. And slowly relaxing. Take a breath in the center. Turn into your side and come onto hands and knees. So maybe this way. So I'm just gonna warm up the wrists a little bit. So making movements with the hands, moving onto the fingers, onto the wrists. Maybe turn, side tie my hair back. So keeping your knees underneath your hips, or if your wrists are a little sore, you can always push your hips back a little bit so you've got more weight on your legs and less on your hands. And I'll do it this way. So you're gonna turn the hands in and make very gentle circles over your wrists. And then turn them all the way out. And again. So there's kind of places where it feels quite a lot. So be careful and just try and move slowly. And as you're circling, transfer the weight into the base of the different fingers. Keep your fingers and the tips of your fingers activated into the ground as well. And maybe bringing them all the way facing you with your thumbs towards the outside. And now again, very small circles or bigger circles, but slow and mindful. Maybe just a back and forth movement feels good. Maybe you can go back until the base of the hands lift, and then you're going to slowly try and roll your hands back down. See what works for you. And slowly bring them back to face the center. Now you're going to bring the back of the hands onto the floor. So we do this one hand at a time. Back of the hands towards the floor and fingers facing you. And again, very gently leaning back. So stretching the back of the wrists. Maybe not moving feels good and just paying attention and breathing. Maybe a little back and forth. And then relaxing. Moving on to the next hand. Slow down your breath. Slow down your movement. And control how much weight you're putting onto the hand. So that you feel the stretch. But you don't want to feel pain, obviously. If you've got wrist problems, if you're spending a lot of time at the computer, this is a nice thing to do, and like you could just do it standing with your hands on your deck, just moving them every direction. Okay, now let's slowly come back onto hands and knees, and let's start into a plank shape. So lifting the knees. And breathing into a plank. I'm gonna lift my pubic bone away from the floor. And lengthen from the tailbone to the top of the neck. Pushing actively the hands into the floor, pushing the chest up, and zipping the front of your body together. Let's breathe here. And maybe walk your feet towards the side of your mat. And then walking them back towards the other side of your mat. And back to the center. Now you've got about a foot distance between both feet. Let's move your feet out to the side, push into that bottom hand, and come into a side plank. So you can drop either the bottom leg or bring the top foot across the knee if you need some support. And let's breathe. And now you know why we did the wrist one. See if you can be really steady. And exhale. Come back into your plank. Nice strong plank. Moving on to the next side. Breathe deeply, extending from one wrist to the other, stacking wrist, elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, and wrist, all the way to the fingertips. And exhale, come back into a plank. Drop your knee, turn around, and bend your knees. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. So taking the elbows a little back, and if you're really tight in your shoulders, if this is all too much for you, then this is your position, right? So you're going to push into your sit bones, extend your spine from the tailbone to the top of the neck, and draw the elbows back, stretching the front of the shoulders, all of the arms. So this could be option one. Taking a deep breath, looking forward. Option two, we lift the hips up and we come into a tabletop. So for now, you can keep the chin tucked in and keep lifting your hips up. Keep lifting yourself away from your arms as well. Strong feet, maybe hip distance apart. Press the fingertips and the base of the fingers into the ground, not all in your wrists. Make a strong line from your knees to your hips, to your ribs, to your shoulders. And think about making that nice rectangle shape with your body. Yoga is about making shapes. And exhale. Slowly come up. And stay up and sitting. Let's make a triangle with our body. So I'm gonna sit up really tall. I'm gonna see if I can keep my lower legs in line with my arms. So there's a little triangle between my thighs, my arms, and my back. I'm gonna hang on to my legs. Take a deep breath in, lengthen my spine. Exhale, take a little momentum and pivot over my sit bones. I'm going to breathe here, squeezing the arms together, squeezing the legs together, drawing the arms back into my shoulder sockets, my knees towards my chest, and extending my spine. We're staying here. Don't go to the full pose yet. We're coming. Breathe and smile. Extend from the tailbone to the top of the neck. And then on an inhale, see if you can keep your legs really steady and reach your hands up. Exhale, roll back onto your back and turn onto your front. Place your elbows underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Or come up onto your knees, maybe it might be easier. I have something on my toe, so my toe isn't all comfortable today. I have a little cut. So come onto your knees. Take a deep breath, lengthening the spine, engaging the core, and exhale. Come into a forearm plank. Breathe deeply. Turn your head from side to side. Make a little neck circle. You can look down, check out your alignment. You want to see your feet. You push your heels back. Push the crown of your head forward. Maybe bring your feet together for this one. And let's pivot the left hand. So the left hand comes towards the left elbow. Push onto the side and come into a forearm plank, side plank. So feet on top of each other if we can. Lifting the hips, keeping the head in line. Breathe deeply. And maybe inhale, reach up with the right hand. Remember that thing we did at the very start? It's that same kind of feeling. Breathing into the right ribs. Exhale, come back. And come back into your forearm plank. If you feel it in your elbows, press into your wrists and the rest of the forearms. Keep your hands engaged. Feet together, pushing onto the right elbow, right hand comes across the body, hips stays up, breathing up, extend from the bottom elbow to one shoulder, to the other shoulder, top elbow, top wrist, all the way to the fingertips. So feel that line. Inhale the breath from the bottom elbow to the top fingertips. And exhale straight down. And then feel your heels, your knees, your hips, the center of your head, and extend the arm to follow that line. And exhale, lower down to your side, roll onto your back, come onto your elbows underneath you, And bend your feet, bend your knees a little. Press into the elbows. Again, this could be where you stay. So trying to press into the elbows and into the forearms and into the hands. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale. The legs. Looking straight up. Breathing deeply. Keep lifting the hips. And exhale. Slowly come down. You're gonna breathe deeply. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, draw your lower back towards the ground. Lengthen the back of your neck, tuck your chin to your chest. And you can, option one, keep your hands by your hips. Exhale, lift your feet and your shoulders, drawing the lower back into the ground. If this feels too easy, reach your hands over your head. Breathing deeply. And exhale. Bring your knees to your chest. Roll up onto your sit bones. And see if we can take the full boat pose. So we start in the same way. Straight back, holding on to the lower legs. Coming up, balancing onto the sit bones. Bringing the feet up, opening the hands and just using the squeeze of your hands to hold your legs. Draw your arms back into your shoulder socket. Extend to your spine. Maybe let one arm out, the other arm out. Maybe both, so they're both pointing forward, but they're not touching your legs. Knees stay really close to your chest. Maybe we can extend one leg. Extend the other leg. See if we can extend both legs. And exhale. Release. Well done. Let's come cross-legged. And just sit up straight. Actually, maybe bring your feet together. It might be easier to start. So bring the soles of the feet together or the heels together. Holding on to the ankles or to the inner feet if your feet are close enough. See if you can breathe to really lengthen your spine, open your chest. So don't make it too hard first. Feel all those muscles that just worked. Let the breath expand them. See if we can let go of the legs. Breathing here. Maybe my toes and my knees point back a little bit. My body's upright. Maybe I can reach up. I'm going to take hold of my left arm with my right hand. Left wrist with my right hand. Let my head rest onto my right arm. Inhale to center and exhale, turn my ribs over to my left side. So I keep reaching towards the foot here. If it helps, I can let go of the bottom hand and maybe hold my head. If I can reach, I'm going to come all the way to grab the feet with the top hand. I'm trying to get my body inside my leg. If it's too much, I can just hold the head with the top hand as well and the bottom hand. I want to just focus expanding the left side, keeping both legs active. Flex your feet or point your feet. Find what works better to keep your legs steady. Extend through the back of your neck. And inhale. Slowly come up. As we come up, our chest is facing the left leg, right leg is out to the side. Let's inhale, lengthen, and exhale. See if we can just fold at the hips. Inhaling, straightening the back, reaching up and out with the chest, trying to find to stretch into the movement of the hips over the leg. Staying here for a few breaths. Look at your left toe. Keep reaching, and eventually the reach might be into the lower back, so whichever works for you. But keep extending your spine. And maybe moving down towards the leg, but finding space rather than just rounding down. Both legs are strong. Back of the thighs reaching into the ground. Right hip reaching into the ground. Inhale, come back. And exhale, turn back to center. Open your arms. Bring the soles of your feet together. Keep your arms open. Walk your hips forward. Bring your hands to your chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward. Keep your face up, your chest up. Keep reaching forward. And bring your fingertips onto the floor, the mat. And breathe here. Every exhale, let the knees come further out to the side. Every inhale, lengthen your spine from the base of the spine into the hips, all the way to the top of the head. Take one inhale to lengthen. Exhale, let yourself round. One of the head come towards the floor. And as you breathe in, pushing the curve of your spine up. Trying to find how you can distribute the curve into your back. All the way from the bottom spine to the middle spine to the top of the spine. Noticing what happens. Like the thoracic spine, the spine in your upper body where your ribs are attached. That finds it easiest to fold forward. Whereas like your lumbar spine, the spine in the lower back, that naturally wants to arch. So this is a harder thing for the lower spine. Just breathe into it and notice when your body lets go and you can relax. And you'll also find that your hips are going to relax. Maybe your pelvis is going to tilt a little further forward around the top of the thigh bones. On an inhale, slowly lift your head, come back to a straight back, open your arms wide, and open your legs wide. Face your right leg. Inhale, grab the wrists or interlock the fingers, whichever works. Head rests onto the bottom arm. We're going to inhale, reach out towards the side. And we breathe here, we keep extending. So maybe we drop the bottom hand and support the head. Maybe we drop the top hand and support the head. Whichever works for you. Maybe we reach all the way to the foot. Trying to bring your chest through your legs. Keep your legs nice and strong. Back of the thighs reaching for the ground. The opposite hip also reaching for the ground. And as we inhale, come back up. Let yourself face your right leg. Find some length. Exhale. Bring your hands around your left leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine, lift your heart. And breathe here. As we exhale, we're trying to fold at the hips, keeping the spine straight. Holding on with the hands wherever they go. Reaching down with the legs and both sit bones. Look towards your big toe or direction way past them, but along the direction of your leg. And feel the line from the center of your hips to your navel to the center of your chest, and that moving in that same direction as your right leg. Breathing deeply. Letting the breath do the work. Noticing how far you can move with every breath. And if you've reached your limit and it start feeling like you're twinging and not moving further, then back off. Take it to a place where it's comfortable and try and do that breath work again. And on an inhale, extend the heart forward. Exhale, come back to center. Let's cross your legs. Trying to bring your feet out towards the opposite knee. Now, sitting nice and tall. So you're going to cross your feet so the feet are going to be close to the opposite knee. If you can keep your feet quite far, then you're going to keep crossing the thighs until they're nearly on top of each other and the knees are nearly on top of each other, and then you can bring the feet back. It's kind of like what we eagle pose. This is where, if I had a visual feedback, I'd see if you're there or not at all. I'm not sure. So if it doesn't happen, just keep your feet underneath your knees. If it does happen, wherever you are anyway, just take a deep breath, sit really tall. And as you exhale, turn towards the direction of your top leg. So soften the midsection of the body. Bring the outside hand over the top knee. Inhale, lengthen again. Maybe leaning a little back. And exhale, twist a little more. Breathing into the stretch. Inhaling, you're lengthening from the base of the spine to the top of the spine. And exhaling, turning the chest a little more. Maybe you're going to lean back quite a bit. As long as your spine is nice and tall, it feels fine. Try and keep drawing that thigh across towards the line of your navel or past that line. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck, turning the head all the way. And take a deeper inhale where you are. As you exhale, slowly come back to center. See if you can open your arms out to the side, maybe palms facing up so that you relax your shoulders. And under your legs. And then cross them the other way. So maybe just crossed whichever way they work. Maybe like feet a little away from you. And then if it happens, bringing the thighs closer to each other, walking the feet closer to the hips. Wherever you are, take a deep breath in the center, really sitting tall. Exhale, draw the outside hand on top of the front leg, the top leg, and twist to the other side. And follow your breath. So inhaling, tall and light. Find the lightness. Shouldn't be a lot of effort. And exhale, twisting and soft. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, slowly come back to center. Grab your layers, whatever you need to keep warm. And take Shavasana. Lying down on your back. Relaxing all of your muscles. Thanking your body for the work it's done. It's been a lot of core strengthening work today. A lot of holding poses. And you've all been well able to do it, I'm sure. So just relax and be glad of all the muscles, all the physical functions in your body that allows you to hold strenuous poses, to keep reaching for more stretch. Let yourself melt into the ground and notice the difference between the poses where you're holding yourself into a shape and Shavasana, the corpse pose, where you're just letting your body be. You're not asking anything of it. And then let your awareness move from one body part to the other. Give it all your attention as I name it. And completely relax it, allowing it to just rest. I'm going to start with the left foot. Relaxing the left foot completely. The left lower leg. Left knee. Noticing every part of your knee. Being grateful for the joint that allows our leg to articulate. There's a lot happening in every movement we make. A lot of the time we're using our knees. Just to walk. Imagine if you didn't have a knee. Let it relax. Feel the muscles on your thigh, how they're linked to the lower leg through the knee, and how to your hips and to your upper body. Let your left leg be completely relaxed. And bring your awareness to your right foot. Toes, the heels and the ankle. And the parts of your lower legs. Inner and outer knee. Muscles of the thigh. And then reach up to your right. Let your right hip be completely relaxed. Inhaling, filling their volume in space. And exhaling, filling their weight. Now to your left hand. The palm of the left hand, the inside of the fingers, back of the fingers and the back of the hand. As you relax the muscles of your forearms, feel your hands relaxing and your fingers tingling. Completely relax the elbow. Completely relax the upper arm. The hands to the forearm, all linked together. Feel the attachment between the arms and the shoulder, the left arm and the left shoulder. Bring the awareness to the right hand, right fingertips, palms of the hand and back of the hand. Notice the shape of the hand as it is completely relaxed. Neither closed nor open, just gently resting in between. Completely warm. Balancing the link between the forearm and the elbow. Relaxing the elbow. Noticing the attachments to the upper arm. Letting all the upper arm be relaxed. And how this draws the muscles of the shoulder to relax. As you inhale, feel the volume of both arms in space. As you exhale, feel their weight being released into the ground. Notice the shape of your hands, arms, legs, and the weight of the arms and the legs, as if they were independent from the rest of your body. And bring your awareness. Imagine you breathing into that point at the top of your head. And with every breath, you're relaxing the skin along that point. Scalp, the sides of your head. Noticing the forehead and the eyebrows. Letting them be soft and still. Noticing the weight of your eyes. The eyelids softly close on top of the eyes. Relaxing the skin on your face, on your cheeks, the base of your nostrils, the inside of your mouth. Softening your lips and your chin and your chin. Letting your jaws be relaxed and your tongue, your throat, and the back of your neck. Breathe in to feel volume and the shape of your head and neck. Breathe out to completely relax its weight into the ground. Move the awareness into the front of the chest. Letting the breath relax the ribs, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. And deeper into the lower ribs. And the upper stomach. The sides of the ribs. The last part of your upper back that's in contact with the ground. As you're breathing softly, moving your awareness down your upper body, relaxing any voluntary muscles, and just letting your heart freely, letting everything else be soft and still. Relax all of the back of your body down to your glutes, releasing the weight of the hip bone floor. All of your body. Notice the life inside you. The movement of your breath.
Maybe some sound or feel in your organs. Yourself be feeling gratitude and joy as you're observing signs of life within you. Wonder at it. It keeps coming back. It's always there. And if you ever need it throughout the days, with yourself or with anything around you, just tune out all of the thought processes, all of the unnecessary effort, and come right down to the essence of life. And you will find it in nature around you, in all the other beings around you. Just go right down to the exchange between each being and our surroundings. And we breathe, taking in what we need, releasing what we don't. And how this fuels our own inner flow, our heart, our blood, our digestive system, and our thoughts and our spirits and our emotions. Slowly let the energy come back into your body. Bringing some movement, some stretches, whatever you need to bring yourself back to a sitting upright position in your own time. Nice and tall. Bringing your hands together. Let's rub them. Feel the heat. Bring them to your face, your shoulders, your beautiful hearts, hips, knees, and feet. And back to your heart center. Namaste. Thank you for practicing today. I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye.